Hey Pookies, happy Monday. How are we doing? Where is our mental? We're starting the week off so incredibly strong. But I also have some things I want to get off my chest. Come sit. Had to get a little change of scenery so you guys know I mean business. Check me out. Let's have a seat over here. Come. So, I was talking to one of my clients this morning, and it wasn't our usual talk. We're normally super chatty, just girl talk, whatever. But this morning, she kind of got serious with me and was telling me how discouraged she was feeling lately. And I'm like, why? What's going on? We've been training for a little over a month together now. Used to be twice a week, now we're training 4 times a week. She's 40 years old, she's married, she has 2 kids, and is in really great shape. She used to play field hockey back when she was 13. She's now 40. She actually just started picking it up 3 weeks ago now. Super proud of her. She was telling me how great it's been going, how she's not as out of breath as she thought she would be. Her legs feel super strong. She's keeping up with players who have been playing for who knows how long. There are younger people there, and even the older people that are playing, they haven't stopped since they were younger. So she was telling me she was feeling discouraged, and I was like, why? What's going on? You've been great. And she feels like she should be in a better position skill-wise than what she's at. She's seeing these other players. They can pass. She might not be able to pass as well. She might not be able to score every shot. So she was just telling me how it's really discouraged her, and her coming back to field hockey, she felt like she should be better than where she's at. It hurt to hear, because I'm someone who likes to give praise a lot, especially where it's due. And since we've been talking about it, she's been killing it. She's been doing so good, improving in her lifts and her forms and just in her fitness activity altogether. I see her more times a week. When she posts, she's doing more things. She's very active. Just like I told her, I was like, there's more to what you're doing than just playing field hockey. I think she's gotten to this mindset of comparison. And speaking to myself on this too, comparison is the absolute thief of joy. So you have to remember, you're 40 years old and you haven't played since you were 13 years old. You're playing with and against 20 to 25-year-old players, give or take a few that you've mentioned to me. You're keeping up, and the worst you can do is you can't score, you can't pass. These are big things, these are big milestones that you should be proud of. In this time in your life, you're not going to school for this. You're not getting scholarships off of this. This isn't paying you. This is all leisure. So think of it that way, At the end of the day, this is another workout. This is cardio that you're doing outside of our sessions, You're keeping up with them. Your legs are getting stronger. You feel like your skills are improving, but they're not there where they should be, Don't let people who are at different walks of life interfere with your path. I reminded her that she has to remember, she's only 3 practices in the last 3 weeks, and she's already overcome the fear of even going back. The first thing she mentioned to me when we first started training together was how bad she wanted to play hockey again. And within a month of us training, she's back to it, 3 practices in. Come on now, that's huge. That's a big deal. I know a lot of times we as people fall into that trap of comparison. We look at other people and we think they have it all together because they're at this point in their life, or they have more, or you think that they are doing things that you should be doing. But at the end of the day, literally no one is perfect. Not a single person out here knows what they're doing all the time, every time they do it. We've all lived this life only one time. At the end of the day, everybody starts at different levels. Some people had more growing up, some people had less, some people figured out what they wanted to do sooner. Everybody is in really different places. If you're feeling scared about starting something new, that is totally okay. Fear is natural for growth. I know it's easier said than done, but we shouldn't let that fear stop us from doing anything. And kind of I told her, where I'm at in my life right now, I'm 25 years old. I'm still very young and I have so much ahead of me. But I don't want to spend the later years of my life doing things that I was scared to do now. when I could just take that leap now, get it over with, and try new things when I am older and I can't do as much or don't have the freedom to do as much. Knock it out now. Or even when you are like 30 or something, 30, 40 years old, there are things you could be doing at 30 and 40 years old that you don't want to have to worry about doing when you're 50 and 60 years old, because by then you're like even older now. And something I kind of tell myself, progress isn't linear. Some days are going to be better than others. Some people are going to be better than some things that you want to be good at. And that's just life. That's just what it is. There's no changing that. You can only control the things that you can control. Really, really celebrate those small victories from one person to another. And with that, keep pushing forward, keep doing you, keep being proud of yourself. Like I said, everybody starts at different levels. Everybody wants different things. As long as you keep challenging yourself and pushing forward, and even when it's scary, taking the leap anyways, do that. Do that. I promise it'll be 10 times more rewarding for you in the long run when you just do it than just waiting. Waiting is a scary game. As always, thank you guys for the love and support. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if y'all want to hear anything else, talk about anything else, or just, vibe. Bye, Pookies.
Lessons I see, so there are lies in the facets of every